All right, listen up, Commanders. Welcome to High Command. You've been called in because the fight for our homeworld, Cybertron, is at a critical point. And the intel you're about to get, it's everything.
So, what we're about to go through are the official rules of engagement. But look, this isn't just some dusty old game manual. Think of this as your tactical briefing for taking over the entire planet. Your mission starts right now, so pay attention. Okay, let's get right into it. Your number one objective, the only thing that matters, is to gain control of the most zones and sectors on Cybertron. Simple as that. The commander holding the most turf when the dust settles, well, they claim total victory. Now, before a single shot is fired, you have got to get your forces on the board. A good battle plan starts with a smart deployment, so let's walk through how you set up your opening strategy. Your initial deployment is a super quick 4-step process. First, you've got to pick a side. Are you rolling with the noble Autobots or the mighty Decepticons? Then get your leader on the field, followed by your first wave of robots and vehicles. Get him in position, because the battle is about to kick off. So, your forces are on the ground. Great. Now, let's talk about the command sequence. Every single turn you take is broken down into 5 distinct phases. Seriously, mastering this flow is the key to outthinking your opponent. Here it is, your turn-by-turn checklist. You're going to reinforce, morph your leader, attack, call for backup, and then upgrade. We're going to hit the big ones, building your army and fighting first. And then we'll get into the special abilities that make this war so awesome. Let's start with Phase 1, reinforcements. Phase 1 is all about bulking up. At the start of every turn, you get fresh troops. And the logic is really simple. The more territory you control, the bigger your army gets. And here's exactly how that works. You just count up every single zone you're sitting on. Then you glance over at the Zones to Robots panel, which is printed right on the game board. That little chart tells you exactly how many new bots you get. Grab your units, and hey, don't forget, this is also the time to play any of those upgrade cards that give you extra troops. You're going to want to get real familiar with this panel. It's basically your command center for getting more guys. Just find the number of zones you have, and boom, it tells you how many new units to put on the board. No complicated math, just a quick look to keep your army growing. Okay, so your army's reinforced. Now, before you start blasting away, you'll have a chance to morph your leader in Phase 2. We'll get to all those cool special abilities in a bit. But first, let's jump to the heart of your turn, Phase 3, the attack. Combat in this game is fast, and it is brutal. You declare your attack from a zone you control into an adjacent enemy zone. Then, you and the defender both roll your dice. Now here's the key. You don't add the dice up. You just compare the single highest die from your roll against their single highest die. Whoever rolled lower loses 1 unit. That's it. This means a single defender can get a lucky roll and hold off a huge force. So never, ever underestimate a dug-in position. And hey, take this lesson from the field manual to heart. Nobody is invincible. Right here, you can see even Optimus Prime, with all his special bonuses, getting taken out by a higher roll. Every single battle has risk, and even your most powerful leaders can end up on the scrap heap. You gotta remember that. After all the smoke from the battle clears, you head into Phase 4, call for backup. This is your big chance to move your troops around. It's totally optional, but it's a super important phase for locking down the territory you just won or setting up your next big push. But hold on, you can't just move your troops wherever you want. This standard move requires what the game calls connected zones. All that means is you have to control an unbroken chain of territories from where you start to where you're going. Just think of it like a secure supply line. If an enemy is sitting in a zone that breaks that chain, your route's cut off. And now we've come to the final phase of your turn, and it's by far the easiest. Once you're done with all your attacks and movements, you just draw 1 upgrade card. That's it. These cards can give you some seriously powerful, sometimes even game-changing advantages on your next turns. So that's the basic turn. But come on, this is a war between Transformers. Now we're going to get to the really cool stuff, unleashing the special powers of your leaders and their awesome ability to morph. This is a huge strategic choice you have to make every single turn. In robot form, your leader is a beast on the battlefield, usually giving you bonuses in a fight. But switch them to vehicle form, and they unlock some incredible strategic powers. Picking the right form at the right time, that can be the difference between winning and losing. And here is a perfect example. In his vehicle form, Optimus Prime gets this just phenomenal ability. During Phase 4, he can jump to any zone you control, anywhere on the map, totally ignoring that whole connected zones rule. And this move is on top of your normal repositioning. It's an absolutely incredible way to redeploy your best unit for a surprise attack or to quickly plug a hole in your defenses. So, you're going to fight, you're going to morph, you're going to maneuver, but how does this war actually end? Let's talk about how you win. Because unlike some long, drawn-out conflicts, this one is on a very, very strict timetable. 6. That is the most important number you need to remember for your overall strategy. The war for Cybertron is fought over exactly 6 days. That means 6 full rounds of play. Once every player has taken their 6th turn, the war is over. Period. When that 6th round is done, it's time to count them up. Everybody tallies the number of zones they control. The commander with the most zones wins. It's a straight-up land grab. If there's a tie, victory goes to the player who controls the most complete sectors. And if it's still a tie after that, the player holding the most upgrade cards takes the win. And that's it. That concludes your briefing. You've got the rules of engagement, you know the phases of battle, and you know how to win. The only thing left to do is execute the plan. The fate of Cybertron is in your hands, Commander. So are you ready to claim it?